And now we'll go speak with Bill and Andrea of the New London Historical Society about a Civil War era project coming up that we can witness for ourselves.
Well, last year was at the Historical Society here in New London was sort of the year that never existed. We had to cancel all of our public events. The village was open for tours on a very limited basis, but for all intents and purposes, we were completely canceled. So this summer, we're coming back. We're coming roaring back with our first event, which will be the Civil War Living History demonstration on July 18th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And of course, we're going to continue to follow all state and local COVID-19 guidelines. So at this point, it's if you're fully vaccinated, since the event is largely outdoors, you will not need to wear a mask, but we are asking people to continue social distancing. So I'm here with my partner in crime for the Civil War event, Bill Minsinger. He's a New London resident and also a Civil War demonstrator. Bill, can you tell us about what we're going to see and learn on July 18th?
Yes, so we had actually talked about doing this last year, but got canceled. So this year we have made it a little bit bigger event, actually, and both the 3rd Vermont as well as the 5th New Hampshire will participate, both as artillery as well as infantry, and there'll be a full demonstration of how the Union soldier lived and fought during the Civil War. We'll open the event with cannon firing at 10:15. And that cannon firing will be done with an original Civil War cannon, number 229. This cannon was produced with the 233 and probably was in action in the Gettysburg campaign somewhere. And we'll finish up with cannon fire at 3:30. But at 11:15 and 2:15, we'll have infantry drill. And during that period of time, again, the 5th New Hampshire will be featured in that event. And the manual of arms as well as marching will be demonstrated, so you'll get a good idea of what the Union soldiers did in battle. And then during the day, the rest of the day, the camp will be open, so you'll see how, again, the Union soldier lived. And at noontime, period rations will be issued to each soldier, and they'll cook their rations at noon, so you'll get an understanding of what they ate as well.
So with the infantry drill, will there be any audience participation for kids maybe?
Yes, so at the end of each drill, we anticipate that we'll issue wooden muskets to some of the younger folks who might want to fall in with us. And we'll be embarrassed if by the end of the drill they're doing it better than we are. But indeed, that always is a favorite aspect of one of these events.
Bill, what is the history of the 3rd Vermont Hemlocks?
So the modern day 3rd Vermont Hemlocks were actually created during the 100th anniversary of the Civil War. So the organization has been in existence since 1963. Now the 5th New Hampshire was raised and conquered by Edward Cross and was known as the Fighting Fifth. And they fought with this Hancock's 2nd Corps and saw very heavy action, particularly at Gettysburg.
And sticking with the theme of battles, Bill, why don't you use the term reenactment to describe this event?
But we aren't firing at graycoats, so there'll be no graycoats here. This is Northern Territory, no graycoats at this battle, and there won't be a battle reenactment per se.
Bill, thank you so much for joining us here today, and I'm so looking forward to the event on July 18th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the New London Historical Society, which is located at 179 Little Sunapee Road in New London. And the event costs $15 per car. That's a suggested donation, and $10 for members. There's lots of parking, and the transportation building will be open. The village will be mostly open, so you can also see these great 19th century period buildings. And coming up this summer and fall at the Historical Society, we're so happy to be back with an antique show on July 31st. That's a Saturday from 9 to 3. And then on August 15th, we have our annual meeting, and the public is welcome to join us. Speaking that day will be at 4 o'clock will be John Hodgson, local author from Andover, and he will present on the topic, of course, of Richard Potter. Then on September 12th, that's a Sunday, we have our Living History Day, which in the past has included things like cider making and hearthside cooking. We've had rug hooking and wool spinning. We'll have stories and games for children, as well as bartering for candy at the country store here. And docent tours will be available. And finally, we'll cap off the year with our holiday open house, which will be the weekend after Thanksgiving. Dates to be decided, so stay tuned for that. And that will have children's arts and crafts, Christmas cookies, caroling, and a silent auction. And we hope you'll come join us for all of these great events.
Thank you, Bill and Andrea. Sounds like a great way to experience history firsthand. Join me again next week from the Jim Mitchell Park and Amphitheater on the grounds of Main Street Bookends in Warner, where they are open again for store services and for perusing the aisles. Miriam Carter of the League of New Hampshire Craftsmen will tell us about this year's upcoming event, where they return to Mount Sunapee. That's presented by North Cape Design Build. Amy Halbitz will tell us about her family connections as the Lake Sunapee Region VNA and Hospice celebrates their 50th anniversary. And Scott Reed, the owner of the Pleasant Lake Inn and New London Inn, joins Ashley Rowley, the Chamber President, to hear about their going forward improvements. Don't miss our Game of the Week second season with great replays from the past. This week we'll show the 2018 football matchup between U32 and Spalding. All our games play on WYCX at 12 noon and 5 p.m. on Sunday and Monday on TDS TV 13 and 1013. And our live football schedule is in place with 12 games coming to you this fall. If you would like to sponsor the show, please contact us at ycnnow.com. We'd love to hear from you. Till then, I'm your host, Elizabeth D'Orazio. Take time to enjoy your local view.